Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a different video. I'm going to be making my own tier list. This is my Plants vs. Zombies plant tier list, so I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, I'm back. I just had to do something, so we're going to start with the blower, I guess. Now, the blower is actually pretty useful. It's actually it's really only useful against balloon zombies and the fog levels, but it's actually, I'd say, better than the cactus, so I'm going to put it in A tier, because it's actually a really good plant. The cabbage pult, it's really only useful for a couple levels, then you eventually get the kernel pult, and then the melon pult. But it is okay, so I'll give it C tier. The cactus, like I said, the blower's way better. But I'll still, since it actually does damage, I'm gonna put it in D tier. Cattail is actually really good against miner zombies and balloon zombies, so I'm gonna put it in S tier, because it's really good. Cherry Bomb, I'm gonna have to put in the A tier. The only disadvantage it has is that it costs more than a Doom Shroom, which a Doom Shroom can do better. So yeah. Now the Chomper, it has a slow, it takes a long time for him to swallow the zombie. So but it's actually pretty good. It's okay. So I'm gonna put it in with the cabbage pult and C tier. And also, he's a bit pricey to me. He should be 100 sun. The cob cannon's a really good plant, but it's not it's gonna go in the S tier because it's overpriced with sun, in my opinion. But yeah, but at least I gave it S tier. The coffee bean is going to SS tier for one reason. It's really useful on survival pool and survival endless, because you can grow gloom shrooms, which are really OP and useful. But actually, never mind, I'm gonna change this one. I'm gonna put it in S tier. I don't think it's not that good that it deserves to be in S tier, but alright. So Doom Shroom is going in A as well, for one reason. I don't really like how he creates like craters and stuff in the ground, so that's why it's an A tier. But it's actually better than the Cherry Bomb in my personal opinion. But sadly it's not in PvZ2, so yeah, screw you, EA. Now the flower pot, I mean, I don't really know how to rank this, because you can only use it on roof levels, really. So I honestly don't know where to put it, so I guess I'll just put it in A tier, because if you didn't have it, then you would be screwed on the roof levels. Fume Shroom is really only useful for a couple of levels with screen door zombies, but eventually you'll get you'll get the Gloom Shroom, or not the Gloom Shroom, you'll get the, what's his name? You'll get the split pea shooter or the cabbage plants. Like, you can get the cabbage pult and the kernel pult and the melon pult that do damage against screen door zombies. So, by the time of the roof levels, Fume Shroom's basically useless. So, I'm going to give him B tier, though. Just because he's better than the cabbage pult is because he can give Gloom Shrooms. The garlic's actually pretty good, but it's not too good to be in higher than B, so I'll put it in B tier. But it is really good when paired with the Gloom Shroom in Last Stand, actually. And also Survival Endless, of course. The Gatling Pea. Honestly, not too bad, but it's kind of overpriced. It should be 200 sun, like the Repeater. But it's okay, so I'm going to put it in the C tier. Now, please don't dislike the video if your plant didn't get ranked higher or lower, because this is my opinions and not yours, so, yeah. If you're offended, I don't care. But the Gloom Shroom is actually going to be in the first plant and SS tier. The first plant and SS tier, no, not A tier, SS tier. For one reason, he's cheap. He doesn't recharge that fast, but he's actually not as slow as the Cob Cannon. And also, EA, screw you once more. Why did you remove the Gloom Shroom from PvZ2? That's so stupid. The Gold Magnet. Most of you that are PvZ plant fans already know he's going in the E tier. I don't know why people... And I've seen some people's tier lists, and they rank him higher, like in C or B tier. But he's literally the worst plant in the entire PvZ1 game. Oh, cool, he can collect coins. Oh my god. Really? He is the worst upgraded plant, and the worst plant in the game. If they added, the Magnet Shroom's features to him, then he would have been better. The Gravebuster is also going in E tier because he's 75 sun, he should be free. And also, oh, you get 10 cents when you freaking bust a grave. That's so worth it. And in the second game, he improved, but it doesn't matter in the second game. He sucks in the second game, too. The Hypno Shroom. I mean, the Hypno Shroom's actually not too bad, but it's still going in C tier because of its slow recharge time. And it's really only useful for a couple levels, and eventually you get the Squash, which is way better and cheaper as well. The Ice Shroom is pretty good. He can freeze every zombie on the screen besides, like, Pogo Zombies, but he's still really good. So I'm going in, B tier. Jalapeno. Obviously really good, so I'm gonna put in S tier. He's better than the Cherry Bomb and Doom Shroom for one reason, is that if you have a bunch of zombies in one row and you're screwed, basically, and you have no lawnmower, pull him out, and he'll destroy every zombie he can destroy any type of zombie besides a Gargantuar. Like, he actually, like, if the Gargantuar throws as an imp, you can use him. And also, if there's bungee zombies and you don't have umbrella leaves, you can use them. So that's why he's better than the Cherry Bomb and Doom Shroom, in my opinion. Kernel Pult is better than the Cabbage Pult, so I'm going to put him in tier B. He's weaker. Overall, he's weaker than the Cabbage Pult, but he has a 20% chance of throwing butter instead of kernels, so that's why he's better. He just has the slight edge, so that's why he's in B tier. The Lily Pad. Putting in an S tier because if you didn't have lily pads in the pool levels, you're screwed. Well, unless you use like Gloom Shrooms, you don't really need them, but it's still an S tier because it's, you would die basically if you didn't have them. Magnet Shroom is going in S tier as well. He is 100 sun, but it's kind of worth it when he can take any type of metal object. Especially have like a whole row of them, it's really good. But yeah, Marigold going in E tier because who cares? It can produce some coins every 30 seconds. Yeah, that's really useful, isn't it? You know I'm being sarcastic, right? Melon Pult, it's going in D tier. I'm just kidding. It's not going in D tier. It's going in A tier because Winter Melon is a little bit better than Melon Pult. But in the second game, Melon Pult was completely ruined in the second game. Once again, bleep you, EA. So he's going A tier. That's a pretty good plant. Pea Shooter, he's useful for the first 5 levels until you get Snow Pea, and then he's useless, so he's going in D tier. But he is better than Gravebuster, Gold Magnet, and, whatever her name is, whatever. what's his name again? The Plantern, yeah. The Plantern, I mean, I kind of like the Blover a bit better, because I don't really use the Plantern that much, because he has a slow recharge, but I'm going to put him above the Blover in, well, not above, I'm going to put him in B tier, because I just, like, don't have experience with him that much. I only used him in, like, one level, in the, like, 4-2 or something, or 4-3, I don't know, but it's kind of useless like, it's not like the Blover where you can use the Blover in any type of level, but after the fog levels, the Plantern is useless, basically. Potato Mine is going in S tier because, you know, he has a slow recharge, but, you know, it's better than the Cherry Bomb. I know you might disagree, it's not better than the Cherry Bomb, but when you consider that you can plant more sunflowers, like, during, like, say if you're in a pool level, like, Survival Endless, it's always good to start with, potato mines, because you don't have to, like, lose lawnmowers and crap if you want to plant your expensive stuff. It stalls zombies as well, so it's really good, in my opinion. I use them on every single level. I'm not joking, every single level. So yeah, Puff Shroom is going in SS tier. It's the second plant that's going in SS because it's free. You can spam him, and he's just really OP when you spam him. There's this one time I beat a level without sunflowers, and I just used Puff Shrooms and imitated Puff Shrooms. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pumpkin. Pumpkin's pretty good, but he's going in A tier because he's weaker than the Tall Nut. I think he has the same he has the same health as a Walnut. So it's not really good. Well, it is good. It is good. I just like not. In PvZ 2, they ruined him basically. So yeah, the Repeater. It is better than the Gatling Pea. So I'm putting it in B tier. But it's basically just like putting two pea shooters next to each other. But it's still good when you pair it with Gatling Pea and Torchwood. So that's why it's going over Gatling Pea, because it has a faster recharge for one, and it's cheaper for two. Instead of having to waste your time planting two pea shooters, you can just plant this guy. That's why pea shooter's in D tier, because it's basically useless. Scaredy Shroom also in D tier because he gets scared, and also he has the same damage as a pea shooter. It's basically just a nighttime pea shooter, but when zombies get close, he gets scared. That's why he's called Scaredy Shroom. Now the Sea Shroom is okay. I mean, people say it's the most underrated plant in the game, which I actually agree. But it's in C tier because, like, I mean, it's basically just, it is a Puff Shroom, basically, but you can put it in the water without lily pads. But it recharges so damn slow, like, so slow, really slow. I think it recharges the same recharge as a Cherry Bomb, and it's not worth it. It's a Puff Shroom in the water. It's useless, but it's not as useless as these 6 plants down here. Snow Pea. Snow Pea's good for, like, until the fall, until, like, 3-5 or 3-3 until you get the 3-peater. So I'm going to put it in, I'm going to give it a chance and put it in B tier. Because it's actually pretty good once you, like, look into them. The Spike Rock, it's actually going to be in S tier because, I mean, he is 125 sun. But in the second game, they ruined him just like every other plant in the second game. Because he costs 250 sun in the second game. I mean, he recharges faster in the second game, but still. Yeah, screw you, EA, once again. But yeah, Gargantuar, he could stall Gargantuars, like, really, he takes 9 hits. It takes 9 hits for him to fully die. Now, the Spike Weed, on the other hand, is in D tier because it's not as good as the Spike Rock for one reason. Because why does it cost 100 sun if it's basically a pea shooter but the ground version of the pea shooter? That's basically what it is, and it does actually weaker damage than a pea shooter, but it's going in D tier though. Split pea also going in D tier. What's the point of having split pea for minor zombies if you can just use cattails instead, which are in S tier? Split pea is basically useless. You use them in one level, which is 4-10, where it's dark. And the only reason why you use them because you don't have cattail. Cattail does a better job of getting minor zombies than him. Now the squash is going in the S tier. I'd say he's on the same level as a potato mine. Just a 25 sun more expensive, but he can kill more zombies than a potato mine. But that's why he's going in S tier. Now the starfruit is in SS tier. Why is he in SS tier, you ask? Well, that's because he is one of the best plants. Not the gloom shroom is obviously the best plant, but but the starfruit has the same effect as a gloom shroom, but you can shoot in 5 directions. If you have like a bunch of starfruits, like a bunch of them at once, then he's really good. Sun shroom, I'm gonna put it in C tier because it's only good for night levels, and there's not that many night levels that you really use him in. I mean, he's okay. And I'll put him in B tier actually. I'll put him in B tier because it's not as good as the it's not as good as the sunflower, but yeah. Speaking of sunflower, it's going in SS tier because it's the main source of sun in the game, and you use them on every single level. Tallnut is going in A tier with the it's good for a couple of zombies like dolphin zombies and pogo zombies, but not ladder zombies. Those are stupid idiots. But yeah, Tangle Kelp goes in C tier. Because you only use them for like 2 levels. It's basically a potato mine, but in the water. But it recharges. I think it recharges a bit slower than. I'm not sure, but yeah, we're almost done. The walnut is going in B tier. It's my least favorite out of the plants that zombies are stalled by because. I mean, basically, you can use them for the... But once you unlock the Tallnut, he's basically useless by that time. Now, 3-peater is pretty good. But I'm going to put him in B tier because for 1, he's way overpriced. And for 2, I mean, he is good with Torchwoods, though. Speaking of Torchwood's going in SS tier. Because... you can use them with any pea shooter, including regular pea shooter, split pea, Gatling pea, double pea, 3-peater. Why did I say double pea? It's repeater, my bad. Alright, we got 3 plants left. Twin sunflower, D tier. Why isn't it in D tier, though? Why isn't it in D tier? It recharges so slow. I mean, basically all the upgrade plants do that, but it's so slow. And what's the point if you can just plant 3 rows of regular sunflowers? But anyways, we got 2 plants left. The umbrella leaf. It's pretty good, actually, but it's really only useful for basketball zombies and bungee zombies. But we're still going to put it in A tier because it's actually pretty good. And the winter melon is going in SS tier as well. The only reason is it has the same damage as a regular melon pult. But adding on to that, it's cheaper, and also it freezes zombies. So I don't know why the melon pult is 300 sun and the winter melon's 200 sun. That doesn't make sense to me though. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my tier list of all the Plants vs. Zombies 1 plants. I mean, the imitator's not in this because technically the imitator is not really a plant. It just like imitates all these other plants. But yeah, that's all the main plants in this game. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want me to do a zombies, Plants vs Zombies zombie tier list, like a zombie tier list, like ranking all the zombies, how strong they are, then comment down below. Or actually, no, I'll just do a tier list on how much I hate the zombies. If you want to, also, I could do a PvZ 2 tier list of all the Plants vs Zombies 2 plants. If you want me to do that, comment down below as well. And see you guys later. Bye.